G'day, Ryan Gifford from Shaw Property here. And with Christmas and the end of year fast approaching, it's a good time to reflect on the year that was in real estate and to cast an eye on what we may expect in 2023. As usual, there have been many doomsday predictions in the media that the property market would fall off a cliff once interest rates started rising. However, the reality is that there has been a market adjustment this year, but it's just not quite as headline worthy. Everyone knows that we have just gone through a once-in-a-generation property boom in 2020 and 2021, which saw the median house price in many suburbs in Newcastle increase by up to 30 to 40%. We were still riding this wave leading into 2022, but it was starting to slow as booms don't continue indefinitely. Then in February, Russia invaded the Ukraine, which led to high inflation in Australia, which caused the Reserve Bank to start to increase interest rates much sooner than previously forecast. This led to uncertainty in the market, with people questioning how high, how fast, and for how long rates will increase. Rising interest rates also affect the borrowing capacity of buyers, meaning they cannot offer as much for a property as they previously could. This led to sellers questioning whether it was a good time to sell, and also had buyers rethinking their purchasing decisions with the unknowns around interest rates and the market in general. This change in sentiment and the borrowing market did have a direct impact on the market, and we've seen a market adjustment coming off the back of the property boom. There are also price falls in most parts of the country, with Sydney median house price down 10% annually. Newcastle fared slightly better, with house prices only decreasing by 6%. With the change in sentiment in the market, there was a big difference in the properties listed for sale and selling in 2022 also compared to 2021. There have been 1,939 homes listed for sale in 2022 up until the end of November. This is a 25% decrease for the same period last year. There have also been 1,755 houses sold for the year up to November, which is down 33% compared to last year, which is quite a big difference. And while there were less sales and less properties for sale, houses also took slightly longer to sell than they did the previous year, which basically says there was fewer buyers in the market and therefore less competition. However, with all the negativity in the market, I think any market adjustment needs to be put into perspective. For example, if you owned a house in Newcastle since the start of 2020, its value has probably increased by 25 to 30% in most suburbs. So what will the Newcastle market look like in 2023? The NAB has predicted that property prices in Sydney will decrease by 9%. And the RBA said it thinks property prices nationally could decrease by up to 10%. I don't think price falls will be this large in Newcastle. There was initially a market shock around interest rates rising, but this has started to subside. The market now understands that rates will continue to rise into 2023, and that'll likely stop potentially in the first half of the year. This has removed some of the initial uncertainty in the market, and interest rates will only end up slightly higher than they were prior to the pandemic, which didn't lead to mortgage stress then. Also, interest rates are the main factor affecting property prices. All other indices such as the unemployment rate, national and local economies are actually quite strong. And as you can see in the figures, there was a significant decrease in the amount of people listing their homes for sale in 2022 due to the uncertainty in the market. And with this uncertainty coming to an end, I believe we'll see a surge of new listings hitting the market in the new year. And with this increase in properties for sale, I also believe we'll see an increase in the number of buyers, as they'll see that the market adjustment of the property cycle is coming to the end. I believe 2023 will see a fairly balanced market, where the number of buyers and sellers remains relatively equal. A balanced market is often characterised by fairly stable property prices, where they do not go up or down by any great degree. In my opinion, property prices will remain fairly stable next year, and may only go up or down by a few percent, probably less than 5%. From the team at Shaw Property, I'd like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year.